Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. We have some breaking news today from CNN. Takeaways from the Supreme Court's historic decision granting Donald Trump immunity. Now, it's amazing, isn't it? Here on the BuzWeaver channel, we take the difficult, we take the complicated, we take the tumult, we take the confusion, we take the framing of the media, and we break it down into very simple terms so everyone can understand what is actually happening. And we just witnessed during the debate, as the world was shocked, and maybe even many Americans were shocked at the fact that the establishment, the Democrats, and the media have been covering for Joe Biden, and the world was able to see the real Joe Biden, the unfiltered, the uncensored, the unprotected Joe Biden, and everyone could see it. And now we have CNN right back on track with their sensationalizing and their exaggeration. I want you guys to listen to this.
Obviously, there is a crisis of confidence in the U.S. Supreme Court, among many other institutions in America.
The institutions that have been currently hijacked, the current institutions that have been hijacked right now. I'm sorry to interrupt, but yeah. How are they concerned about our current institutions that are currently hijacked? They're not concerned with it right now because their guy is in office.
I want to just read something from Justice Sotomayor's dissent on some of these issues that we're talking about. Let the president violate the law, she writes in her dissent. Let him exploit the trappings of his office for personal gain. Let him use his official power for evil ends. Because if he knew that he may one day face liability for breaking the law, he might not be as bold and fearless as we would like him to be. That is the majority's message today. Orders the...
That's not the majority. It's a 6-3. It's actually the minority's idea, her idea, that a president can be completely and totally immune. That is an irresponsible way of defining it. Because even in CNN's article right here, they say, the Supreme Court handed down a landmark decision Monday granting Donald Trump partial immunity from special counsel Jack Smith's election subversion case, handing the former president a significant win during his re-election bid. So here I am. I am a humble YouTube content creator with 8,000 subscribers, and I can listen to what they say, understand the exaggeration, the sensationalizing, the absurdity, if not just outright lying, and then from their own articles point out the exaggeration and the sensationalizing because it is partial immunity, not a majority, partial immunity, and it's not a majority. It's a 6-3 decision. If we look here from AP, what to know about the Supreme Court's immunity ruling in Trump's 2020 election interference case. And I was trying to find it's 6-3 decision. So the Supreme Court ruling Monday in former President Donald Trump's 2020 election interference case makes it all but certain that the Republican will not face trial in Washington ahead of the November election. Now, we have balances of power. This is what's so bizarre to me. NBC, remember this from CNBC? Senate acquits Trump for inciting Capitol riot, even as bipartisan majority votes to convict. The Senate on Saturday acquitted former President Donald Trump in a 57-43 vote on the charge of inciting insurrection for his role in the January 6th Capitol riot. Right there. There's your balance of power. It goes to the Senate. The Senate decides if a president acted outside of his official duties in an impeachment, and then it's turned over to the Department of Justice. Where is Sotomayor? Where was Sotomayor when all this was going on? We have Supreme Court justices like Ketanji Brown who can't even define a woman. And now we have a Supreme Court justice that thinks that a president has total and complete immunity. And that's not true. Not only that, we have the actual ruling here. A federal grand jury indicted former President Donald Trump on 4 counts for conduct that occurred during his presidency following the November 2020 election. The indictment alleged that after losing the election, Trump conspired to overturn it by spreading knowingly false claims of election fraud to obstruct collection, counting, and certifying of the election results. Trump moved to dismiss the indictment based on presidential immunity, arguing that a president has absolute immunity from criminal prosecution for actions performed within the outer parameter of his official responsibilities. and that this indictment allegations fell within the core of his official duties. It's right there in their ruling right there. I mean, Justice Sotomayor and Jackson fear for democracy in their dissent. Now, it seems more like they're more concerned about them having, or they're more concerned about the establishment uniparty losing power. I mean, that's as simple. Here it is right here. See, they said, Tapper said it was a majority. It's a 6-3 decision. I mean, it's simple math. 6 is more than 3. 6 is double 3, actually. I mean, I'm not really sure if I have to explain it that way, but the two justices, along with fellow Democrat appointee Elena Kagan, were on the losing side of a 6-3 decision. That's not a majority. Tapper said it was a majority. What is wrong with these people? Ladies and gentlemen, I am a humble, simple YouTube content creator who just voices an opinion on the internet. And I know that 6 is more than 3, and 6 is not a minority. 3 is not the majority. It's that simple. And of course, I just read you the from there. Besides, if we're going to be talking about presidents having total and complete immunity, or I should say not having total and complete immunity, then are we going to see Obama being held responsible for what happened to this young boy's, what was his name? The 16-year-old boy, yeah. Abdul Raham Awalaki, the 16-year-old American citizen that was killed by a drone strike when he was visiting his father, a known terrorist. But Awalaki is an American citizen deserving of due process. Yet Obama killed him and his father, and I think one other person, in a drone strike. So is Obama going to be held accountable? Is George Bush going to be held accountable? Is Clinton going to be held accountable? Are other presidents going to be accountable for things that they have done? I mean, we have systems in place, ladies and gentlemen. This is exaggeration. This is sensationalizing. This is absurdity. The problem is we have an establishment uniparty that has hijacked our culture, hijacked our institutions, and they want to remain in power. So they don't recognize and they don't see that all the power they have given themselves is probably going to be turned over to Donald J. Trump. And they are afraid that he's going to do exactly the same things they're doing. Of course, now granted, most of the things that they accuse their opponents of is exactly what they're doing themselves. But I found this fascinating too from the BBC. From the BBC, no doubt, which is ironic to me, Justice's dissent. The president is now a king above the law. That is absolutely untrue. That is a gross, ridiculous exaggeration and sensationalizing on the part of the BBC and the media to, I guess, grab headlines, to grab people's attention. That's stupid. 3 justices, not a majority, 3 justices issued a blistering dissent to the U.S. Supreme Court opinion granting Donald Trump partial immunity from prosecution, warning that it would allow president's power to be used as for evil ends. Wow. Who's using their power to evil ends right now? Who is persecuting their political opponent right now? Who is using the justice system right now to censor people on the internet? It's absolutely extraordinary, is it not, ladies and gentlemen? And like I said, are we going to see Obama being held accountable for having killed an American citizen? And of course, we have the actual ruling here. If you guys want to read the whole thing, it's actually on the AP right here. What to know about the Supreme Court immunity ruling? You guys can Google this, and then there's a link here to the Supreme Court's ruling, and then the ruling is right here. You guys can read it for yourself. But it's absolutely amazing, ladies and gentlemen, that a simple, humble YouTube content creator has to come on and, well, I'm not trying to sound too grandiose here. I'm just simply saying that why doesn't let me just say this. Why doesn't the media just tell the truth? Why do they not just come out and explain things the way they actually happen? Well, it's because they want their headlines, they want their attention, they want to sensationalize, and they want to exaggerate. That's why. It's absolutely absurd. I want to thank all you guys across New Tech for your guys' continued support. And, of course, appearing there on the screen, that would be the channel icon. You guys can click on to subscribe, as well as to select notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys in the next video.